Hi, this is Go For It Randy, and today we're going to focus on The Chosen. And here is Jonathan Romy. All right, now this guy is the character who plays Jesus in the actual television show The Chosen, which has been going on now for like 5 years. They've got 5 seasons under their belt, and I believe this is the last season. But the bottom line is, this has become one of the most popular Christian television shows of all time. So we need to back up a little bit and understand that not everything that we've been told, shown, or put in front of our face on television is good for you. So this is a very serious subject, and quite frankly, a salvation issue. Now, many of you are thinking, what? Just watching a television show about Jesus? Yes. And I'm going to share with you the scriptures, and I'm also going to share with you my personal supernatural encounters with God who kept me from watching things like this. So I'm going to share with you things, insider information that I have from what God has told me, not once, but at least 2 times. And he did it in such a supernatural way. I got the message immediately, and I said I was sorry, and I stopped watching movies about our Lord Yeshua, Jesus Christ. So I expect everyone who is watching this show to give me a few minutes to just lay the foundation and show you the scriptures, tell you what God said about this, and you're going to probably want to change your actions from this point out. So let me start off with my own personal encounters with God on this very subject. After this is all over, I'm going to tell you why God does not want us watching movies and television shows like this. But I was watching a movie, I believe it was Jesus of Nazareth. It was one of the most famous Jesus movies back in the 70s. And a few years ago, I'm watching it on TV, and I thought, oh, wow, look at that. It's on television. So I wanted to watch it. So I started watching it, and about 20 minutes into it, all of a sudden, the television screen freezes on Jesus. And I'm just like, what? Television screens don't do that. Televisions don't do that when you're watching TV. And so I grabbed the remote control, and I tried to change the channel. And the remote control wouldn't change the channel. So I tried hitting the volume. Well, does the volume work up and down? No. I tried turning the television off. That didn't work. The bottom line is, instantly I knew, because I know God, he's been doing supernatural things with me for many years. And this was probably about 4 years ago, I want to say, 4 or 5 years ago, somewhere in that neighborhood. And so I literally in that moment said, Lord, are you trying to tell me that you don't want me watching any movies about Yeshua, about our Lord Jesus Christ? And obviously I didn't get a reply back from him, but I did a few months later. So bottom line is, I went over to the television and I'm trying to push the buttons. Nothing is working. So I said, well, I guess I'll just unplug the TV and see what happens. So I unplugged a big widescreen television and then plugged it back in, and sure enough, everything went back to normal. Now you could use the TV and you could watch television shows again. But at that time, I was just like blown away. And I told the Lord, I said, Lord, I'm sorry. I didn't know. For some reason, we're not supposed to watch movies about you. I get it. I kind of understand, because it's true. We kind of watch this and we start to begin to think like that's actually you on the screen. And so we literally make an idol out of you, because you literally become Jesus for us right there on the screen. And so I thought, wow, okay, so I'm not going to watch any more movies like this, Lord. And then about 3 or 4 months later, I said, wow, Randy, let's watch another one of those Jesus movies. And I forget which one it was, but it was one of the big ones. I don't know if it was the 10 Commandments, or it was one of those very big ones from back in the 70s and the 80s. I'm not sure exactly when it came out, but sometime in the 70s or 80s. And so I started watching it, and sure enough, I get a few minutes in, the exact same thing happens again. The television screen, while I'm on TV, all of a sudden freezes, and the screen is just frozen. And I grabbed the remote control expecting, well, it's probably not going to work, and sure enough, it didn't work. Couldn't change the channel, couldn't stop it, couldn't turn the television off. And so I said, Lord, I am so sorry. I'll be honest, I was kind of trying to test you to see if you really didn't want me to watch this. But because you did this so quickly, you let me know that you definitely don't want me to do this, because let me tell you something. This had never happened to me before, ever in my life. I've watched TV my whole life. And then all of a sudden, wham, 2 times when I'm watching a movie about Jesus, the screen literally freezes. That is no coincidence. That's called supernatural. And I know God, He has shown me so many supernatural encounters and things that He's done with me over the years that I just immediately said, I'm sorry, Lord, I promise I will not do that again. And sure enough, just a few months ago, I literally watched a little bit of one of these modern day kind of Jesus movies, but it was online. I believe I watched it online. And but I only watched just a few minutes of it. I'm just like, I just want to watch just the beginning part, because I really liked that movie. And so I watched just a few minutes of it, but He didn't do anything because He knew that I wasn't going to sit there and watch the whole movie. But the bottom line is, I want everyone to know God supernaturally let me know that we are not to watch those movies. We're not to watch any kind of television shows or any kind of movies or anything with the image of our Lord Yeshua, Jesus Christ, on it. And then I found out through the scriptures exactly why that is. So let's go over to the scriptures right now, and I'm going to show you why God does not want us watching some actor playing Jesus in a television show or in a movie. Let's go over to 1 John chapter 2, verse number 18. It says, "Little children, it is the last hour. And as you have heard that the Antichrist is coming, even now many Antichrists have come, by which we know that it is the last hour." We are in the last hours. All right? This is the end times. And do you not believe, or do you not understand that the devil is using Hollywood to deceive Christians, to get them to sin, to get them to do things that defile them? And I'm going to show you the details about this momentarily, but I just wanted to start off with this verse so you understand there are many antichrists that are out there. You just didn't know who they actually were. I'm going to show you one of them today. So let's go over to Matthew 24, 4 and 5. It says, Jesus said, "Take heed that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and will deceive many." Let me read that again. "Take heed that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and will deceive many." Do you understand how this works? Are many people watching The Chosen on TV? Yes. The answer is yes. And if the devil is using that show to deceive you, to get you to sin, to get you to defile yourself, guess what? It's not a good thing. This is telling you and warning you about things like this. It's not just about, well, there's going to be Antichrist coming in the world. There are people who are playing Jesus in movies and in television shows and in photographs, actors that are on photographs. So the bottom line is, these people are pretending to be Christ, and they are not. That automatically means they are anti-Christ. And there is no other way of looking at this. You can't say, I can't imagine not watching The Chosen anymore. Well, guess what? Who is your master? Who do you choose to serve? The devil or the Lord Yeshua, Jesus Christ? You choose. The bottom line is, if you watch that show, you are watching a show that is getting you to do things that you don't even know is going on. You don't know that there's a thing called suspension of disbelief, where your mind literally suspends any disbelief about, oh, this is Jesus. No, at some point when you're watching that television show, you literally believe that that is Jesus Christ up on the screen. And when that moment happens, you start getting emotional when things start happening to him. And you start to truly believe that that is Jesus on the screen. The problem with that is, there is a commandment that God has that is 100% against this. But do Christians know about it? Absolutely not. Most Christians couldn't tell you. What are you talking about? Well, I'm going to show you that verse, because it destroys all of these false beliefs. these false Christs need to be exposed for who they really are. I'm sure Jonathan Roumie is a real nice guy. He may not even know what he's actually doing. He may not know that he's deceiving millions of people and potentially sending them to a place in hell. Yeah, that's the real problem. So let's go to that verse right now that's going to destroy all of your beliefs that you have about this right now. So here we are at Exodus chapter number 20, verse number 4 through 6. And I bet you everyone knows what this is. I doubt it. If I asked, can anyone quote me the commandments of God from verse number 4 to verse number 6 there, I guarantee you not one of you can do it. So let's take a look at verse number 4. It says, "You shall not make for yourself a carved image, any likeness of anything that is in heaven above." Now listen to that. That's the second commandment of God. You shall not make for yourself a carved image, any likeness. Do you understand the meaning of any likeness? That means photograph. That means picture. That means painting. That means TV show. That means movies. Okay? Everything that has an image on it. So bottom line is, God knew what would happen. So it says, you shall not make for yourself a carved image of any likeness of anything that is in heaven above. Where is Jesus located right now today? Heaven. Is that above in heaven? That's exactly what it says right there. It says, you shall not make any likeness of anything that is in heaven above. Jesus Christ is in heaven above. Why is it so many Christians do not know this? That it is a sin if you have any image of Jesus Christ, including a cross around your neck with our Lord Yeshua, Jesus Christ, hanging on the cross. That's blasphemy, all right? You have to understand that any image means any image, and especially carved images. But today, we have all kinds of images through movies and television and all that kind of stuff. So bottom line is, let's continue. It says, or that is in earth beneath, or that is in the waters under the earth, you shall not bow down to them or serve them. If you're sitting there watching The Chosen, and every week you're like, oh, I can't wait till The Chosen is coming on tomorrow night. And then tomorrow night you're all ready. Hey, let's get the popcorn ready. We're going to watch The Chosen. Hey, come on, everybody. It's time for The Chosen. And all these Christians that go to church, that love God, say they love God, and they go and they sit down on the sofa and they watch The Chosen. And they are breaking this commandment of God. And I'm telling you here right now, these commandments are just as viable today as they ever has been. Jesus said that you are to put these 10 commandments in your heart. He put them in our heart so that we can just do them with pleasure because we love Him, because we love our Lord Yeshua, Jesus Christ. And we want to make sure that He knows that we love Him. So that's why you do this. There's nothing involved with not, murdering people and not killing and not stealing and not doing all these evil things. What is wrong with not having idols of other gods? And yes, Jonathan has become an idol for many who watch The Chosen. You have crossed a line with God, and I'm telling you, He already showed me, all right? I was shocked when He did it because I thought, wow, okay, I can understand what He's talking about here. Because we do kind of get a fixation on this person thinking that this actor is actually our Lord Jesus Christ. No, he is not. In that moment, he's actually acting as the Antichrist. Whether he knows it fully or not does not matter. Hollywood knows. The devil knows. The devil put him in that position for a good reason because he looks like he is what we perceive to be Jesus Christ. But that is a Hollywood image. It's an idol, okay? So we cannot have statues of Jonathan looking like he's Jesus Christ. Now, again, I can show you that picture I have of Jonathan. The only reason I can show you that photograph is because he's not Jesus in that photograph. He's Jonathan, all right? He's just there as himself. He's in a tuxedo. Jesus never wore a tuxedo. He's at an event for The Chosen, a Hollywood gala, okay? So bottom line is, I can show you that picture of Jonathan, But I cannot show you a picture of Jonathan portraying as an actor our Lord Jesus Christ, because he looks like he's Jesus Christ. When he's wearing the clothes that Jesus wore and he's in the environment that they were in back then, your brain says that's Jesus Christ after a while. So that is why God made this commandment. Do not break the second commandment. Do not have false idols. Do not have false Christs. Do not think that it's okay to watch television shows with a TV because Jesus is in it. No, you now know the truth. And let's go down to verse number 6. It says, but showing mercy. Now again, every single one of these words comes from God. It says, but showing mercy to thousands, to those who love me and keep my commandments. If you keep God's commandments, He is going to love you. He's going to have mercy on you. And you are going to need mercy, let me tell you, when you get down on your knees on Judgment Day, because many of you have no idea what you have done throughout your life. You have no idea all the sins you racked up, and you've never even repented of those sins. So that's why I'm sharing things like this. I try and tell you the things that no pastor, no preacher, no cardinal at the Vatican is ever going to tell you, because they have secrets they don't want you to know. And the number one secret they don't want you to know is there's no verse in the Bible that says Sunday is the new day of worship. Are you kidding me? No. Nowhere in the Bible does it say in the New Testament that Sunday is the new day of worship. But from the beginning, if we scroll up there, Jesus said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all of your work. But the seventh day, Saturday, is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. And it also says that He hallowed that day. He called it His holy day. So Saturday is God's holy day. It has been ever since He claimed that. And I'm telling you right now, for thousands of years, people have been indoctrinated and deceived by all of these pastors and priests and people who want to tell you that, oh, Sunday's the new day of worship. No, it's not. And if you keep that as your holy day, I guarantee you, you're going to find out in the end what God thinks of that.